G'day folks, Scott Amon, Trish Amon behind the camera there here from Ozventure YouTube channel and Baru Working Kelpies. That's our farm here where we run beef cattle and dogs, Kelpies. We've had a YouTube channel going for about 2 years now, just a bit of a practice run. We started travelling around Australia, which we explained on that on some of those early videos, a couple of trips to Cape York and a few other different places, a bit of fishing, a bit of prawning, a bit of crabbing. And we explained on that we've been travelling around Australia since 1985. Big, massive trips around Australia to remote and untouched areas. And yeah, we've got our young blokes that's moved back in onto the farm to give us a hand so that we can get away a bit more and do some travelling. So you'll see, last time we travelled, we had a bush tracker caravan and a really nice car top of boat setup. We found that very restrictive because we wanted to go to a lot of remote offshore locations and do some travelling up and down the coast, distances that the car topper wasn't going to take us. So we've changed things around a bit, and it's late 2024, and 2025 is going to be a big year for us to test all this gear out. I'm going to give you a quick run through now what we've upgraded to, what we've changed, and we still got our 79 series Landcruiser. It's a 2005 model, the last of the turbocharged 6s. We've done a lot of work on this. We've just had a GVM upgrade done and lots of other things. We'll go through that later and we'll go through each item individually. If Trish steps back a little bit and I show you here, we now have an Ozcape camper. Slide on camper, electric legs. I haven't got it all chained on at the moment. Yeah, really cool setup. Why have we gone to a slide on camper and not a caravan, which was great, but so we can tow our beloved boat. Come down here a little bit and I'll show you. We're going to run through this whole camper setup, what we've done, what we're doing, how we got it to fit the vehicle. We've just had new covers made for our 6-metre hooker centre console. So we've fished and travelled all our lives to remote parts of Australia. I made a living out of fishing for 30 years, freelance writing, photography and what have you, and filming and doing bits, but this is going to be the remainder of our lives. So yeah, we're into this big time. So the hooker's under here. I'm going to show you more about that at a later date, as I'm going to show you more about the internals and all that sort of stuff with camper. I'm going to give you a quick run through here. This camp is it's getting close to a ton all up, so getting close to 1,000 kilos. We've had a GVM upgrade on the cruiser here, and it's all good for that. We do have to be mindful of all the weight that we're taking. The trailer here, the boat's actually quite light, even though it's a 6-metre boat. They're quite narrow and they're like a bullet. Sits beautifully on the trailer. At some stage we're going to need to get an upgraded off-road trailer. We're going to have to live with this one for a little while, as we all have to do. We all have monetary restrictions and budget restrictions. We've got air con in this and all sorts of things, which if we're going to travel up north in parts of the wet or leading into the wet or coming out of the wet, we're going to need that. Lots of other things to talk about there. Just had this cover made by Roland Street Boat Trimmers at Slacks Creek up just south of Brisbane, north of the Gold Coast. I'm not sure the exact region they're in, but yeah, just south of Brisbane there. They've done a great job here. I asked for a cover that's going to cover most of the hull and not go up and make a big windsock of the console. So they've done a really good job. They've got this, they've put this plasticized type canvas on here, which zips off when you don't need it. Underneath that, there's another heavy duty mesh stone guard. And then this that covers the whole center consoles are a pain in the backside to actually make covers for. So both sides we've got zips that zip up and come around these upright poles for the T-top on both sides. So the cover is all in one, it's all joined through the middle, but these sides slip up. If you need to get gear out of the boat when you're traveling, bang, you're straight in, you can get it out. That's really good. Yeah, they've just given it maximum protection. They've also done me some clears on the sides of the console, on the front of the console. I'll go through them later. They don't stay up while you're traveling because they're going to give more wind drag. They've done me a full cover for the outboard because we're going to be going Kimberley's, Cape York, Northern Territory, you name it, we're going to be going there. So now Trish, come and show us your new toy while I'm thinking about it. Over you go. Here's Trish. Yeah, no, it's not Trish, it's our new toy because we both use these side by side. We've got an old Can-Am quad that's in the process of dying, but it's still ticking along pretty well, so a lot of hard work. We just got this CF Moto 600 U-Force. I think it's 600 EPS Hunt version, and we've been for a couple of runs in it. You can see the grass seeds all over the damn thing because the grass is that long here at the moment. This is Baru, where we live. We run beef cattle and working kelpies. We're going to give you a much better look at this before too long. I'm going to let you know what we do when we're home. And but yeah, so we can't fit this side by side on this rig, but we can fit it on when we're not taking the boat on a trailer. So we're going to be doing some Western New South Wales stuff, mustering feral goats, large numbers of sheep, doing all sorts of cool stuff out there, maybe even hunting a few opals. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. That's just a really brief run through of where we're at. We're pretty stoked because we've lived for our Australia trips, and we've, you know, as I said, we started them way back in the mid 80s. We did it again in the 90s, and yeah, we've done lots of traveling in between. All about Oz. It's what we live for, and we live for getting to the more remote places. And we're turned into old buggers, so we're going to have a really hard crack before we go. We're going to be sliding to the grave with 6 guns blazing and going hard. So hopefully we can offer you some really good information of our experiences all around Australia. And yeah, look, come with us. It's going to be one hell of a journey. Catch you then. Hooroo.